Hello, this is Chris Reddick with Chris Reddick Financial Planning. In this blog post, I'll talk about retiring or quitting as a teacher, what you need to know. So what are some of the financial considerations you should think about if you want to make this transition? And this is actually quite common. As you know, teachers are overworked, underpaid, and so forth. So if you're listening to this as a teacher, this is not new news to you. Okay, so what are some of the things to think about if you want to make that career transition? So it could be in a situation where you actually want to retire and then do nothing, and that's fine, right? So, or maybe some part-time work, or you want to do an actual career change. So you want to move from being a teacher to maybe a small business owner, or get into real estate, or whatever the case would be. So this career transition is one of the big things. And speaking to teachers, this is one of the considerations here financially is, do you have enough living expenses, right? Do you have at least 1 year of living expenses, 2 years? So if you're starting a small business, it could take perhaps up to 3 years before you can really get some traction and get going. So something to think about. Also, if you start a new career, you may have to do training, you may have to pay for the training, and then so forth. So this career transition is something you should take very seriously, and then have a plan on how to do this. You could start working part-time and then transition into full-time, and so forth. The second consideration is actually the pension plan, right? So what do you do with your pension plan? So most teachers have some sort of state pension plan. So what do you do with the old money in the pension plan? And then do you roll it into an IRA, or do you wait to transition to taking the money in retirement when you actually retire, right? So there's all these benefits and costs of doing both approaches, right? You could roll it into an IRA, and then you would have to invest the money, so you have to understand how to invest it, or you can just wait and leave it in the account and then take it as monthly retirement income when you retire. If you're not in a pension for so many years, you may not have enough money to be vested, so it could be less than 5 years, and for TRS, for example. So all these types of pension plan considerations are very important. The next third consideration is healthcare. So what are you going to do for healthcare? So if you're not 65, you won't be able to get Medicare. So you would have, typically healthcare is with your employer. So if you're not employed for a period of time, then you might have to go to the healthcare exchanges. So there could be tax considerations like the premium tax credit that you could possibly get, or other types of things for healthcare. So healthcare is important. This is something you need, which was provided as a teacher, but you may not have access to that, so you have to consider that as well. And the fourth is the pension and Social Security. So especially in Texas, many teachers do not pay into Social Security, so they get impacted by the windfall elimination provision, or WEP, or the government pension offset. So both of these have an impact on your pension. So it's very important to understand what is the impact, and then be prepared to be able to bridge the gap on your retirement income. So you could perhaps transition into a job that pays into Social Security, then that could eliminate much of the windfall elimination provision if you work enough years, and the government pension offset. So these things you need to consider as well. And then fifth and final, most important, is actual financial coaching, right? So moving to a new career, retiring, take some financial savvy. So don't be afraid to reach out to a certified financial planner to help you understand that transition to that new career and get you on the right track. So for example, understanding if you start a small business, what are some of the tax savings you can take advantage of? All right, so I hope you found this blog post useful on this important transition from teaching to another career. Reach out to me if I can be of service. Have a great day.